Many people have been asking me, how do you read your opponent? Well, I'll tell you how. There are a few ways to learn how to read your opponent. There's a few ways to practice. One of the most simple ways is looking for patterns. If you're good at recognizing patterns, you should try this. What you do is when you first start fighting them, fight them like normal. Fight them how any other player would fight. If that doesn't make sense, you just fight a bunch of people, see how people normally fight, and then fight like that. So like just normal attacks, normal parries, right? And what you see is how they react to that, how they react to the normal, and then you can change your playstyle according. That means if you see them parrying early, then you delay your attack. If you see them dodging late, then maybe you can roll after them. It really all depends on how you react to their patterns, so try keeping your eyes on their character instead of yours. Using mix-ups is a good way to learn how your opponents react to different variables. I use mix-ups when, if you feint, they always roll instead of trying to read your feint. That way, you can easily get past and hit them. Another way you can practice is just watch your opponent. And it's not patterns, just watch what they do. Everybody does something for a reason. And if it's not for a reason, they're doing it subconsciously, then they're more willing to do patterns and they're probably a worse player. So if you watch your opponent and you see, oh, they use their crit after you block, then what you can do is you can learn to adapt to that, and then maybe you can swing as they're critting instead of letting them have that and then letting them have their turn. If you learn how to effectively read your opponent, you can almost always guarantee a win. Like this one opponent I fought, what he would do is he would hit me twice and then he would hold block and try to dodge my vent. And the first time he successfully did this, but because I read him and I knew he was going to do it the next time he knocked me down, instead I swung as soon as I stood up and I got a free hit on him, and that actually led to me winning. Many people have exploitable weaknesses. You just need to figure out what they do over and over again. You need to find their pattern, you need to find their habit. Learning how to read your opponent can naturally come as you play the game more and more, but if you want to accelerate learning, try paying more attention to your opponents than you pay attention to your own actions, and then you can revolve your playstyle around theirs. Another way to learn how to easily predict your opponent and know what they're going to do is actually playing every single attunement, right? Playing every mantra, learning how each of them work and how each of them can mix up into each other, and that way you can read your opponent and you can actually attack them before they can hit you. Let me give an example. Ash Slam. A lot of people will feint the first Ash Slam, go for a hit, and then Ash Slam again. What I would do is if I fight somebody who I know does this, the second I see that first Ash Slam, I will swing and I'll get a free hit, and that will lead into a combo. You also can record videos of yourself playing, and you can figure out what you do wrong, and that way you can apply it to other opponents and see how they're reading you. Let's say you're fighting a contractor, and you notice after every third hit they try to counter you. What you do is you just wait that third hit. You know they're going to do that. It's all about patterns. It's all about learning what they want to do and when they do it. See ya.